Hey guys, how's it going? We are back with more Magical Diary. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about this. I'm kind of gonna mess around a little bit. So we just saved when we did this. I'm gonna see what happens if you take gym one of these days, because I'm trying to remember correctly. In the first game, that's when you first meet Damien, right?
I don't remember.
I think it's when you go to
been so
gym
long.
class during like the first week or something. So I want to see if he does show up. Because I don't think we saw him during the demo when we played it. Because I'm pretty sure we didn't take gym class.
Did it skip this and it just went straight to the first dungeon?
No, I think we did play this little beginning bit here. So I'm going to see, and we're going to load back in case. Oh, wait, they make you. Oh, that's funny. So I guess you don't get a chance to meet him. I wonder if we did this during the demo too. Okay, so I guess we have to do it this way. Or essentially some combination where it takes all the classes. Man, I was curious to see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
There's a buzz of excitement in the red magic classroom. One which quickly dies when Professor Grabner makes its entrance. Get to your seats. Hurry up. No chatter. In this class, carelessness might cost you your fingers. He certainly doesn't set out to make friends now, does he? Here you will be learning the seductive art of red magic. The evocation and control of energy. With this power, you might summon a breeze, light a fire, or call a distant object to hand. I say that it is seductive not because of the power itself, but because simple minds prefer simple solutions. Blast your enemies with lightning. A bite of lightning, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Tear buildings apart with earthquakes. Let the world around you burn. Fall victim to such vulgar fantasies, and you leave yourself vulnerable to those capable of creative thought. He snaps his fingers in the air. One inattentive moment, and you lose control of the forces you have summoned. After that, you will only be remembered as an unpleasant stain on the walls.
Oof.
Remember, power can, in itself, be a weakness. Do not confuse power and control. With focus and control, the tiniest power can change the course of history. A gentle touch might tip the scales. Warn an ally, pick a lock. Or stop a heart. Fucking creeper. The professor pauses. Look at his face scowling along the length of his nose. No, Mr. Lench.
Mr. Lynch.
Red magic will not allow you to apply force inside an object or creature. For that, you will need a different magic. Which is completely wrong. So that's Tyrannish Lench. Not only is he a Lench, he's a creepy Lench. I suppose that's what Toad Hole is for.
Damn.
Well, what do I need then? Nothing that you will learn here. And if you interrupt me again, you'll be spending this weekend in detention wondering. The force of his glare melts any desire to comment. Now for your lessons. One introduction. Red magic class. Only got 1 point.
Boo.
Lame. Your first attempts at raising force will do little more than move the air around you. You find this disappointing, don't you? What use you think is moving air? How can that destroy your enemies? Pah! Simple mind. A strong wind could disperse poisonous gases, or move them to a new target. Carry your scent away from an enemy, or erase your tracks in the dust. A simple breeze, carrying dust, can reveal hidden shapes and exits as it moves. You cannot master its use. You have no business tampering with greater powers. Now, concentrate and make the air move around you. We did it. We learned a new spell.
Yay.
Breeze. Should be a breeze to cast. Oh, here we go. After class, I go for a walk to stretch my legs. Iris Academy does have a nice campus. The colors of the flowers shimmer gently in the sunlight. I see an older girl in horsefall robes crouching down next to one of the little hedge sections. She looks like she's talking to the plants. I don't know. Maybe she is talking to them. It sounds like something Professor Potson might encourage. I think she did at some point. Paths lead away from the main quad into more secluded areas. There are some nice benches here, in the shade of the trees. A nice place to sit and think while getting some fresh air. Beyond the trees, I could see some open grassy areas. People could play football out here. Or at least throw a frisbee. Yeah, we know he likes frisbee a lot, don't we? Keeps mentioning it. Whoa. As I'm walking along, something falls past my face. Not close enough to hit me, but what was that? I look down. There's a single shoe lying on the ground. Did someone throw it at me?
Nope.
I look up. Over my head, a pair of black stocking-clad legs wrapped around a tree branch. Only one foot still has a shoe, and above those, legs. Is a girl in snake hall robes, a snake. Hello there, says Obi-Wan. Did she not hear me? Trying to think. Should we mess around and try other languages?
Sure.
Oh man. Tungjate, I don't know how to say it. Bonjour, hola, zveki, ciao, ni hao. Never mind, she probably got the first time. Is everything okay up there? We're not really establishing any communication. I bend down and pick up her dropped shoe. Do you want your shoe back? You have to give me a sign or I'll leave it here and go. Do you want me to give you your shoe? She stares at me for a moment, biting her lip. She nods vigorously twice and holds out her hand. Sure, why not? We'll go after her. Climb the tree. I'll be right up. Exclamation point! That's something. I wrap my legs around the trunk and begin to climb. I've been doing this since I was a kid. It's easy. I'm a pretty good judge of trees. And because of that, I don't think climbing out onto the same branch she's sitting on is a great idea. Instead, I get up to her level, holding out my hand with the shoe in it. After a moment, she scoots closer and snags the shoe from my grip. She still doesn't say anything, or make any move to put her shoe on, so I shrug and climb back down. No point in harassing her if she wants to be left alone.
Thanks.
Super tiny text. She speaks so quietly, I almost didn't hear it. So she can talk after all. So, I'll see you around sometime. Do you come this tree often? She looks at me, then shrugs with just one shoulder. The key on her ear is swaying. Okay then. Snake Hall girls are weird. It's like the only one we met so far, but the rest probably are too. Is that one girl from Snake Hall that was really weird in the other game?
Raven?
Was it Raven?
I don't remember either.
There were a couple of weird girls actually, now I think about it. There's another one. Raven's the dark-haired one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the one I'm thinking of. Students assemble for blue magic, gossip amongst themselves about what they might do at the Power of Illusion.
About Suki?
Oh yes, I was it. One falcon boy, his face and hair decorated with glitter, is gesturing so wildly that at first no one sees the door open. Mill about all you like. It's your own time you're wasting. I have no objections to failing the lot of you at the next exam. A flurry of robes, the students scramble for their seats. Here, you'll be learning the subtle art of blue magic. At least some of you will. I thoroughly expect this subject to go over some of your heads. Blue is the color of change. That is, altering what is already there. Not creating, not destroying. It is commonly used in conjunction with other magical styles in order to perform alchemic transmutations and other alterations of essence. Blue magic can also be used to change the effects of an existing spell, to cast or dispel illusions, or to change locations without movement through intervening space. For a skilled blue magician, reality is fluid. All things can be changed. Yet few minds are capable of grasping the true range of possibilities. We'll see what you're worth. Hey, we got 2 points. And 2 stress. The art of illusion involves changing not what a thing is, but how it is perceived. That perception comes in many forms. The illusion of taste or smell requires as much magic as that of sight. But sight is the most immediately apparent to most humans, and therefore where we begin. To change what is seen, your power must first understand what is seen and enhance it. to create or strengthen light. Light alone can be a tool or a weapon, a guide in darkness, a signal, a distraction, a blinding flash. Concentrate, focus your thoughts on changing the light around you. And now you have light, a new spell. Yeah, these will all come in importance when we get to the dungeon. I forget when that is, I think maybe after the second week? We'll see. I intended to be early to my first green magic class, but somehow Professor Potsum was already there when I arrived.
Hello, little seedling.
Ah yes,
Please
little
take a seat.
seedlings. She greets the rest of the arrivals with equal enthusiasm.
Today, you're going to learn about green magic, the magic of life.
It's the circle of life.
This is a very important skill for any witch or wizard to have, especially when you get to be a certain age.
If you say so.
Your body is a garden to be cared for. With proper tending, it could last you for centuries.
Alright, I don't need to hear about you attending to your garden, Potsum, please.
Slowly, carefully, you must encourage your subjects to grow in the direction you prefer. Remember, life has its own flow. You must understand its nature in order to coax it along. You cannot simply wave your hand and change a bear into a boar, unless the bear was designed that way to begin with.
What?
The better you understand the flow of life, the more your own strength will naturally increase. It is a slow path, but a rewarding one.
Just 1 point.
Boo. Life, by its nature, comes to know itself. The longer any being has been alive, the more fixed its pattern. Your own bodies can tell you what they need, when they hunger, when they feel pain or pleasure, when something is out of balance. The first building block of green magic is learning to listen to life, to hear its song and see the shape of it. When your fingers can pick out that pattern, you will find the strands that are missing or damaged. This spell allows you to judge life's strength and its weaknesses. After all, you'll need to know where the damage lies before you can heal it.
Oh, diagnosis. Yes, for Dr. House. Differential diagnosis. You know, oh goodness, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was just about to say something, I was waiting for you to finish. Now I've forgotten already. Never mind. I guess we'll just move on. If I remember what it is, I'll say it again. Jeez, that's embarrassing. When I arrived at the classroom for black magic, I noticed that a lot of students look pretty nervous. The rest look almost too excited. Everyone catches their breath as Professor Possum enters the room.
Hello, my little lapidaries.
Man, she always has those little things she
I don't
says
know
that
what
make
that
no
is.
sense.
I hope you've all brought clean hands, as you will be using them.
Aww. Omelet has dirty hands.
That's so sad.
Our frog.
Oh, Omelet.
You want to explain what that means? 'Cause I don't even know how to explain it.
Like, her hands aren't white on the, palm. They have a little bit of coloring, and they call that dirty hands on those
They're just known as
frogs.
that.
Yeah, that's just like what you call that coloring. So we always say she has dirty hands. Poor Omelet, she can't attend black
Aw.
magic class. Okay, anyway. For those of you who are new to our magical traditions, I should reassure you that black magic has nothing to do with death or evil. There's no such thing as evil magic. There's only magic.
It depends on how you use it, right?
The bad and the good come from how you choose to use it.
Yeah, there we go.
Black is the color of weight, solidity, and permanence. Black magic is the magic of enchantment in physical form. With black magic, you can sculpt matter into works of art or imbue magical wands and charms. This does mean that cursed items are enchanted with black magic as well, but that is the caster's choice, not the magic's. Raven?
There's Raven. A pale girl with dark hair raises her hand.
Yes, Raven.
Ah, so this must be Raven Darkstar.
Since you're enchanting matter and bones are matter, you could use black magic to animate a skeleton, right? That's an interesting question. You could certainly enchant a skeleton to hold a spell or react in some way. You could set a skull to chatter its jaw when anyone came near, like an alarm. But to make something that could walk around and act on its own, you'd need to bind a spirit to it. That calls for another kind of magic. We will get to combine techniques later in the year.
Oh yeah, that is right. So there are certain spells which actually use a combination of different schools of magic. So like, say you'd have to have like 25 in green and like, I don't know, 30 in black or something. to get certain spells. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. That reminds me. So, in the original game, and I think this was in the demo too, although I'm not really sure, you could kind of cheat by like saving the game and then loading it, so you could get different points. Because the points are just random in this game from what I could tell.
1 to 3, yeah.
Yeah, you just get like 1 to 3 depending on each class,
But I think if you're really stressed, it's like less chance of getting a 3.
And
right?
you could also fail the class entirely if you are stressed enough.
Now, please remove your gloves if you are wearing any, and let's get started. Boo.
I feel like this is it. Maybe it was just tougher in this game overall, but I felt like we got 3s a lot more when we were playing the original. You know,
Maybe Horace is like a better student. And
Horace is just amazing.
Wolfram just like doesn't give a fuck, so he's like, 1.
Oh, what is this lady talking about? It doesn't make any sense.
Take hold of the stone. Let your fingertips explore the surface. What you feel with touch is not important. You must identify that touch in order to move beyond it to the true pattern. An object knows itself only in part. The longer it has held a form, the more that form is fixed within it. Let your mind go inside the object and feel its pattern, both where it is strong and where it is weak. When you understand the whole of the pattern, you will know any secrets hidden within.
Huh? There's a little bead of gold at the center of this cube. I learned a new spell. Inspection.
Ooh.
I kind of wish there was the accompanying description that you would get back in Orphan. Remember from the Colonel? Inspection. Detects weak points and hidden details within one target object. You just like read it out so oddly. I always say, like, I feel like the voice acting in that game, like they just gave them like
They had a terrible
cards,
director,
and
obviously.
They didn't tell them like, any direction about how to like voice the lines. We intended to be early to all our classes, but we keep showing up late or something. Oh wait, never mind, this thing's something different. I intended to be early to my first white magic class, but when several minutes passed with no sign of a teacher, I wonder if I overdid it. The other students are starting to become restless when Professor Potsdam finally appears.
Good morning, Starshines. You'll need to sit down before we can start, but take your time, relax, get comfortable. That's very important when working with this particular style of magic.
Taking her at her word, I yawn and stretch before I settle into my seat.
To some people, white is the absence of color, a blank canvas.
Or it is all colors.
In the non-magical world, white is a complete spectrum, all colors combined into one.
Oh yeah.
To different eyes, white magic is both everything and nothing. White magic is the tool we use to access the spiritual realm. What is my accent doing? It's like going all over the place.
That's always been the case with Potsdam.
Ghosts, dreams, creatures from other planes. I like sounded like Deanna Troi for a second. The thoughts and feelings of those around you.
I never believed in ghosts until I encountered one myself.
White magic will open these doors and allow you to communicate with all that is normally hidden. Increasing your facility for white magic will also improve your ability to learn other forms of magic. White magic is often considered the least practical of skills, and yet its depths are infinite.
Literally infinite, if I understand her. Under the pentachromatic system, white magic is the key to the other world and all that lies beyond.
Now, there is one thing I need to warn you about. Some people have tried to use white magic to control minds and spirits instead of asking for their aid.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it. You will regret it. Now, shall we go on with the lesson?
If she really wanted to discourage people, why'd she mention it at all? Anyone wild seed wouldn't know it's possible. And anyone wizard-born ought to know better. Maybe she's just a bit absent-minded and doesn't realize that her warning might have the opposite effect. Anyway, I better pay attention to the lecture now. There's some pretty interesting things in the magical diary lore, you know, that they don't really get fully explored ever because like
Maybe
you're
they
set to
will.
school. I mean, I don't know, maybe one day. I assume this is just gonna cover like most of the same stuff as the original game, but like I think this just was the like this huge world overall.
The world that you see around you with mortal eyes is only a tiny sliver of the infinite realms that exist beyond. Many are far from your reach, but others brush up against the edges of this world. They can see you, and with the right eyes, You can see them.
Scary.
Opening yourself will allow you to detect minds and spirits near you, but it will also make you more visible to them. Most spirits take little notice of those who cannot see them, but may react quite differently to someone on their level. Caution and good manners are important skills to develop in the study of white magic.
Detects nearby sentience, including ghosts and other creatures of the other world. Not ghosts. I'm relaxed in my room after a day of classes when I hear raised voices in the hallway outside. Oh, now what?
But it turns out I was right.
What can I say? I'm an overachiever.
This is not funny.
Hey, it's no big deal. All I did was use a little magic to blow confetti into her hair.
The confetti was on fire.
That's what the water balloon was for. Anyway, you hate Angela.
That's not the point.
She notices me standing at the entrance to my room.
Wolfram, right?
Oh boy,
What do you think about a guy
this?
who goes around setting girls' hair on fire?
That's not what happened. Yeah, let's not take sides in this if we can avoid it. I'm staying out of this. Look, I tested it on Luke first, okay? It's flash paper. It goes out in seconds. Even without the water, it wasn't dangerous. And Angela's a senior. If anything had gone wrong, she could heal without even blinking. Double backup plan.
If you're so clever, how come you got caught?
What good is a prank without an audience?
But now you're stuck in detention with Grabby tomorrow.
So I won't have to see you all day. He knows I say all the right things. She throws up her hands and walks away. Sorry about Urchin. We used to be outright, oh yeah, she's annoying. Huh. Just looking at her stats there. She's spirited, sure. Your sister's feisty. Well, I didn't want to say it like that.
Sounds creepy.
That is a totally different way of saying that. This is like Mass Effect.
Ew, look at his answer.
You're welcome there.
Ew.
It has to be the Riker smile, like his smirk.
Ew.
Don't think I've ever seen her interested in a guy or anyone really. So you've got your work cut out for you.
We've been watching a lot of Star Trek recently.
Not what I meant.
Next
yeah, obviously.
Generation, so
you couldn't
there
tell.
might be a lot more references. We've already had 2.
Yeah. Whatever. Who's Angela anyway?
That reminds me, I'm going to a rainbow party. Well, I'm hosting a rainbow party for the children at my job, and I decided that I'm going to wear a Reading Rainbow t-shirt. It's gonna be perfect.
The ultimate Star Trek reference.
I know.
Crossover.
I know. LeVar would be so proud.
Oh, she's a senior in Butterfly. Oh, what? I'm not even doing the voice. Oh, she's a senior in Butterfly Hall. Short red hair. Kind of a prissy princess. Who are we talking about again?
Angela?
Oh, Angela, right. You'd know her if you met her. And why did you try to set her hair on fire? If you'd met her, you'd know that too. Besides, it was only a little fire. So now Grabs will make me scrape up some chewing gum with my toenails or something. Now you're just got a nasty imagination. It's not so bad, if you don't piss him off. Yep, not gonna help. Besides, I need a windmill to tilt at. A what? A big monster? An illusion? A tilting windmill is a monster? Oh, he's missing the reference. No, it's a reference. Sorry, your English is so good I forget it's not your first language. Maybe he's the one whose English is strange. I just never read it.
Yeah, he didn't even explain.
No, he didn't. You think there would have been.
He's just like, oh, you're English. Bye.
I have heard that on Saturday mornings in America, it is traditional for all people to watch cartoons, all people.
No, not all people, not me.
Of course, there's no television or other low world culture at a magical school. But I wonder if they might have some replacements set up to entertain the students.
We're
you
low
world
world
scum.
Jeez.
So, when someone knocks on my door, oh, that's probably sounding weird. I assume it's my hallmates coming to invite me for some fun. Oh,
Hi.
forgot about her. Hello, are you looking for someone?
I'm looking for you. You are Wolfram Worthington, the foreign exchange student, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here. Our communities can become so insulated. It's so important to learn other viewpoints. I'm Minnie Cochran. I'm in Butterfly Hall. I wanted to stop by and offer you any help I could. I can take you all around campus, tell you about our customs, and then
Are
I can...
you from the student council too?
Well, not yet. Wait, what do you mean too?
Because I already have a... Uh-oh. I hear the footsteps of someone else walking to our hall. Oh, good, you're up. Good morning. Making new friends? I'm not sure. I thought someone had sent her to be a replacement.
Sent me?
I'm not giving up my post that quickly. Minnie looks back and forth between us.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you'd been assigned an official guide. I was just trying to help.
Hey, I'm sure he appreciates it. There'll be times when it's more convenient for him to talk to someone in his own class, but maybe when they're less hopped up on caffeine.
Do you not like her voice?
It's just a little high strung.
Well, I figure that's kind of how she is right now.
So this butterfly girl's a freshman too.
She gets depressed later. She'll calm down. Well, if you two have business, I'll get out of your way. But please feel free to talk to me if you need help with anything.
Everyone's so helpful around here. With the professors and William, and now Minnie, all the goodwill is almost exhausting. Maybe it's the American way. In
Bye
America. She waves and walks away. Nice girl.
Look, too perky this early. I was right.
What should we say?
She was pretty perky, but I don't know. Whatever.
I guess. I don't know if that's a harsh judgment on her, like if it's gonna affect things later. I think she's one of the dating options.
Oh, maybe be nice to her then.
Oh, she's not here. We can talk about her behind her back.
Oh,
we can talk about her about all we want now. She's gone. Nah, I guess it's not too bad to say. We'll see what this leads to. I'm not sure anyone should be that excitable first thing in the morning. It's not even that early. Well, it is the weekend. William smiles and gives his head a little shake. Anyway, I need to give you a little bit of information about Saturday activities. Whoa. I thought there'd be a second.
I thought so too.
I can't stay long. I have a lot more to get done this weekend, but that part I'll tell you about on Monday. Okay. So there are two major things you could do on the weekends that you can't during the rest of the week. First, there are shuttle vans that take students to the local mall. It's not very big, but it's a change of pace. People like to go there to socialize and eat out. The space is shared with the locals, but there are spells set up to keep them from noticing anything unusual about the Iris Academy kids. Don't push your luck though. Even if there's no real damage, if you cause trouble, you'll definitely end up in detention. Alright, so no showing up magic in public. Well, it's just common sense. There's also a shop for enchanted items, things that'll boost your mana, to your attunement to different colors and so on. Useful things. If you buy a charm, it will help you learn spells faster. Oh, and speaking of which, he hands me a white paper envelope. There's no address on it, and it's not sealed. Looking inside, I found a $5 bill. Your weekly allowance. The student council generally handles the distribution. $5 a week won't get you very far though, so save up if you want more options. A lot of students have no experience of handling money though. Speaking of which, do you know what all the coins are? I can figure it out. They all have their values written on them. It's not that hard. Though it would help if the bigger coins were always worth more. Dimes don't make any sense.
True.
What's the other major thing to do on the weekends? Practice. On weekends, there are simple training dungeons available. No real threats or puzzles, but you can go walk around and practice spells in the field. There's a field in the dungeon? Not usually. In a real-world environment, instead of the classroom, so you can see how your spells would work in an actual exam. Now, like I said, I do have a lot of things to organize this weekend, so I should be going. You could take the day to review on your own, or I could show you the way to the dungeons, or if you'd rather go to the mall, Donald can... he's got detention. Oh. I'm sure I could find my way. What do I want to do with my Saturday?
What should we do? What should we do?
Oh, we want to save? Yeah, there we go. I always forget the save button. Oh boy. Find a way over the next page. There we go. So save it here. And we'll make our decision
Next
in the
time.
next episode. Dun-dun-dun. So guys, until then, so long and bear well. We'll see you next part of Magical Diary.
Bye.
Later.